Okay, we're going to start recording now, gentlemen. And we're going to start the broadcast.
The broadcast is now starting. All attendees are in listen-only mode.
Thank you for joining us today, and welcome to How to Use Video to Drive Web Visibility, presented by Corey Steiner of Steiner Media. My name is Ryan Kaus, and I will be your host today. I direct the Wisconsin Small Business Development Center at UW Green Bay. The Wisconsin Small Business Development Centers are located at each four-year UW campus and provide no-cost small business growth consulting and low-cost small business leadership training. Our website is www.uwgb.edu/SBDC for Small Business Development Center. Also joining me for tech support today and to take questions is Michael Wentworth from TMR Associates. In June, he presented the How to Improve Cold Calling Efficiency and Results webinar, which you can now find a recording of on YouTube or on our SBDC website. Our webinar today is the third of 7 in a series of monthly webinars we call our Secrets to Success series, designed to help small business owners increase their financial success. At the conclusion of this webinar, we will provide the upcoming webinar topics, and we encourage you to consider registering for those as well. I would now like to thank our partner for the Secrets to Success webinar series, First Business. With us today is Mickey Noon, President of the Northeast Region for First Business Bank. Mickey?
Thank you, Ryan. First Business is pleased to be sponsoring the webinar today and the webinar series as well. We're very plugged into what small businesses have going on in terms of their issues and challenges, and we're supportive of what Ryan's accomplishing here and certainly what Corey's going to present today. So thank you, Ryan.
Thank you, Mickey, and I truly thank you for being dedicated to small business like First Business is. During the webinar, we invite you to ask questions at any time. Please use the menu at the right of your screen in the section indicated there within the red circle. You may type your question there and press Enter to submit it. We will also take questions at the end of the webinar for a few minutes. And now, I am pleased to turn it over to our expert presenter this month, Corey Steiner of Steiner Media. Corey?
Thank you. Steiner Media is a social media management service, and I help companies optimize their social media web presence as well as create and promote social media videos. Next slide. All right. So producing social media video does not require expensive cameras. You can shoot video with your mobile device, be it your smartphone or your tablet, aside from professional video cameras. All you need is an understanding of how to shoot steady video and a knowledge of how to shoot what your audience wants to see. Now, don't discount the use of professional cameras, but you can start shooting video right now using your mobile device. Next. The ability to edit and upload your video is paramount. The kinds of software out there range in price from $50 to $500 or more. The functionality with the vast choices are similar. Some software is more complex than others. You'll want to do some research before making any official purchases. The top two that I recommend are Sony Vegas and Adobe Premiere Pro. I personally use Adobe Premiere, and I think it's great. Next slide. Now, be clean and professional with your videos, but don't be afraid to be creative and humorous. Humor helps to retain viewership 30% longer than non-humorous videos. Now, keep your social media videos below 3 minutes. Now, this is an if possible scenario. If your videos are dry and they're only informational and it's just sterile, keep them as short as you can. But if it's got personality and humor, you can go a little bit further than that. Now, studies show that 80% of video viewing audiences drop out after 3 minutes of video watching, and that's why it's important to keep it exciting. Next. Now, some additional tips for creating your videos would be know who's going to see it. Know what they want to know and give it to them. And have the clearest sound you can. Use a mic if possible. With some mobile devices, you may find that's difficult. My advice in that scenario would be shoot your video in an environment where you have more control over the audio. And also, have good lighting of your videos. Do not shoot in dark places. I have seen too many videos shot where it was darker. It creates artifacts in the video which make it distorted, and it's very unfriendly to watch. You're going to catch more flies if your honey is clear video. Next slide, please. Now, when you post videos to your online outlets, have a midterm plan to post videos on a regular basis. Develop a calendar and stay consistent. Your audience will begin to expect your videos about the same time every week if you get that ball rolling. My advice is to roll that ball and build a solid audience of loyal viewers. Next. Now this part I want to take a little bit more time on because this is very important. Take your YouTube SEO seriously. Now, citing its place as the second largest search engine in the world behind only its parent company Google, discoverability is key. YouTube SEO is very different from traditional SEO, and Google favors, and I want you to take notes and underline this 3 times, Google favors web pages with embedded YouTube videos. Creating a solid title, description with live links, and tags really help as well. Also, creating a playlist of your videos helps tremendously. A playlist gives your YouTube channel more authority. Now, some things to take additional notes on would be creating a searchable title. When you're going to name your video, name it something that your audience is going to be searching for or how they're going to be searching for it. Also, have a robust description of your video below that. I always recommend 1 good to 3 good paragraphs of content is key. Now, one thing to keep in mind is the internet is deaf. It does not hear your audio. It looks for textual information. So if you've got what's being spoken in your video, in the description of your video, it's going to help the search engine optimization of that video specifically. Also, having backlinks to your other social media platforms in your video description help as well, especially if somebody comes across your information because they found you on YouTube. They can then see through your description all of the other social media platforms that you're using. Plus, it's also good for SEO. And I would encourage you to encourage your audience to leave comments because that helps your YouTube SEO as well. And again, reiterating the need for a playlist. This is grouping videos together and it gives your YouTube channel authority. Okay, next slide. Now, put your brand on your videos and share your videos everywhere you can. This sounds like 2 different ideas, but let me tie this together. Having your logo visible at the start of your videos, during your videos, or at the end of your videos creates a professional look. Now post your videos on all of your other social media platforms or your web-based platforms for greatest web visibility. Now, I'm just going to assume that you keep your branding consistent in everything that you do. Keeping it consistent with your video as well is going to help keep that whole thing uniform. Okay, next slide. Next slide, please. The quality of your content is important. You don't have to be the most clever writer or speaker in the world as long as your point is clear and you're giving your audience what they're looking for. Now, this is why it's important to understand your audience. If you absolutely do not want to be on camera, recruit or hire someone who will do a great job. Having a personality is a major plus in anyone that you hire. So I hear quite a bit, well, I don't want to be on camera because I look funny. Please do not let that be an excuse. I always try to encourage everybody. Do your best to give it a great shot to be on camera because people aren't going to be watching you and judging you by the way you dress or whether or not you brush your teeth that morning. They're looking for the content. They have questions they want answered. So get online, use video, and answer those questions. Next slide, please. Now, a product demo and service demo. These are great ways where you can share with your audience what it is you have. If you have a product that you'd like your customers to be excited about, have a video that shares your excitement for the product. And the same goes with a service demonstration video. Give your audience a clear idea of what your product or service is and define why it's important to them. Next. A how-to video. Maybe you've been on YouTube and you've seen these already where there's an illustration of how to do something specifically. Creating a how-to video for your audience gives you a way and gives them a way to understand exactly what it is or how it is you want them to do something. A how-to video should be clear and easy to follow. Your audience is looking to solve a problem and your how-to video may provide their answers. How-to videos establish authority and trust with your audience also. How-to videos are among the top searched videos on YouTube. So I recommend for business owners to include how-to videos in their YouTube playlists because this is going to help catch more fish and share the other videos that you have previously produced. Next slide, please. Testimonial videos. These are probably among the top that you would want to start. If you're looking to create videos starting this week, testimonial videos should be the first ones that you plan to do. Testimonials convey a sense of trust and authority within your audience. It builds a community among your customers and potential customers who are on the fence about a purchase decision. A genuine testimonial video should contain actual customers and not actors who enjoy your products or services. Now your audience is going to be able to tell the difference between somebody who's reading from a script or somebody who's been prompted to answer specifically. What I would say is give your audience or the person who is going to be giving a testimony some things to consider, like what did you think of my services, and then let them answer that in their own words. You want to make it as genuine as possible. Next slide. A promo video. Now these are videos that are produced to excite your customers and to help them feel inspired and encouraged to take action. Show your audience what you have to offer and do it with electricity. And this is through your music, this is through your editing, your online graphics, or I should say your on-video graphics. You're creating a video here to really share with your audience what it is that you do. Like for example, video that has all the exciting things that you do through a gym compressed into like a 60-second piece with energetic music. And again, that's electricity, and you're going to want to do your absolute best to make sure that you've got that energy in your promo videos. Next slide. Now, sharing your video can be one of the really fun parts of the whole process. At least it is to me. I recommend combining your YouTube masterpiece with your Facebook business page to leverage promoted posts. And this is what we're going to get into here. I want you to make a note of that too. Leverage promoted posts. We can jump to the next slide. Okay, to promote a post, and maybe you've seen these already on your Facebook business page. And this is one, or another reason I should say, that you're going to want to use a business page versus a personal page for your Facebook marketing. To promote a video, post as you normally would by adding your video's URL to the post. Uploading your video directly to Facebook reduces the quality when somebody first clicks on to play it. But using YouTube keeps your social media footprint bigger as well as makes your video clearer. And one thing that I lecture a lot of businesses on is make your social media footprint as big as possible. That way more audience members are going to fall into it. The bigger the footprint, the bigger the audience. Now, I want you to be mindful of your written content in your ad. Keep it short, but make it important, and include a call to action. Below that, include your important point of purchase link or a specific page or landing page if there is one that applies to this. Now, in my example here, if you'd like to learn a little something about the best types of videos to create, you'll want to see this, and this gives you a link to the video as well as the video will show up as a clickable image below. And then below that, there's a call to action with a link to my blog. And I would encourage you to put as much spice into your posts as possible. Next slide. Okay, again, maybe you've seen these and you've kind of wondered what it means to boost post. Well, it gives you an option to choose people who already follow you on your Facebook business page or a specific target that you would like to target, a location, age, gender, and language. Few advertising services out there make it that easy to market yourself. Actually, Facebook is turning marketing into child's play. And some people are still learning it, but once you learn it, it's a lot like riding a bike. All right, next slide. Facebook gives you a range of reasonable price options to choose from. For example, if you have approximately 7,000 followers, you can do a promoted post for $5 reaching approximately 2,100 people, all the way up through $300, getting your post in front of approximately 110,000 people. Facebook gives you options based on your current Facebook business page likes. The number will increase with the success of your promoted post. So over time, as you are doing your promoted post, you're going to get more likes on your page. And as those likes increase, your options for promoted post costs and reach are going to change as well. Facebook determines the math on that. So if you have like 450 fans, for here you see on the illustration, $5 could get you up to 18,000 showings of your promoted post. Whereas if you had 7,000, you might get much more than that. So it really depends on where you're at now. And I say this also to stress the importance of getting more followers to your Facebook business page. Okay, next slide. Okay, so a solid strategy for your promoted posts would be at least one promoted post a week. And I would say, if you can, do it with video. Now, you can do more than one promoted post a week. You can do up to 3. They could be 3 different kinds of videos. And again, they don't all have to be videos. You could have a promoted post that has a graphic with a call to action in the image. It could be just a very rich contextual ad that you want to put out there as a promoted post. But I would say one post a week that has video in it could greatly help. Now, also in your post, a clear message about what you want your audience to know and do. A clear call to action is also very paramount, and a link to where you want your audience to go if applicable. So having a clear message in your post can back up what you say in your post as well as a call to action. You may have a call to action in your video, back it up also with your textual content in the post. Next. Now, some other places that you can use your online videos. Now, this is where it might get a little complex, but I'll try to make this as easy to follow as possible. You can post your videos on a specific web page or on a blog or in your weekly newsletter or an e-press release or on other social media platforms. And once it's there, if you wanted to, you could also then post the page that has those videos on it onto your Facebook page and do a promoted post of that as well. This might be a great way for you to share multiple videos with your audience at one time versus just one video. However, I would do my best to try to keep each post specific to one video, but then again, it comes down to your discernment and what your social media strategy calls for. Okay, next. Okay, so social media video has the potential to get you hundreds of new fans and customers this year. Now, just with promoted posts alone, if you keep consistent with it and you keep giving a call to action that's going to bring people in, that's going to help lead people to a point of purchase, this could definitely help increase more effectively than if maybe you were trying to do Google AdWords or if you were trying to put out ads out there on other social media platforms. All you have to do is get that ball rolling, though. If you don't have time, you may choose to hire a social media video professional who will make the process easier and more enjoyable for you. So with that being said, I put this out there. Feel free to contact me for advice or assistance with your social media video needs. And with that, I believe it's time where we can take some Q&A.
Thanks, Corey. Folks, if you have any questions, there's a question box in the lower right hand. Just feel free to go ahead and ask questions. Corey, one of the things that's interesting about what I saw was you know, the balance between should I spend money on social media promotions like you described, or should I just rely on free? Can you give me your perspective on, you know, that?
Sure. Well, from both perspectives, aside from my media business, I also have another side business. And so for me, I can see how free marketing through social media, where you're just going word of mouth, it can help, but it's not as quick as if you did a paid promotion. And with promoted posts, it allows you to go with very affordable options that are going to get you results quicker than if you just asked your current followers organically. You just put a post on there like, hey, you guys, I got this new promotion, check it out and tell your friends. a lot of times you get people who read it but don't take any action. They'll be like, oh, okay, whatever. And that's kind of the gamble you play with in social media, period. So with social media promoted posts, Facebook promoted posts, excuse me, again, you're probably going to see a greater increase in followers and action being taken because so many people are being shown to in a shorter period.
Now here's a question: What about other social media? You know, I've been reading that Facebook is kind of past, and that younger people are using a different product. What about all the other different variations?
Sure. Well, that's going to depend on what your business is and who you're trying to reach. I hear frequently from some people, from some sources, that Facebook is past, but I really don't believe that because Facebook might be at a down point right now, but it's going to shoot back up. Eventually, we could see a Facebook search engine, and we've already seen the telephone. Eventually, it's going to be bigger and beyond that. But other social media platforms, I would say definitely. Pinterest is another great one where people are using their Pinterest business account and videos to help sell. It's a lot like Facebook in a way that you get to show and sell your product without a lot of conversation, though. So if you're looking for a quicker to the point, Pinterest would be a great one that I would suggest for that.
What's a good way to keep up with all the different social media options and which one's hot and which one's not?
Oh my gosh, those trends change a lot, and it also depends on the region in which you live. If you ask somebody from Southern California what's going on right now, they're using social media platforms that us folks in Northeast Wisconsin haven't even heard of yet. So it's geographically dependent as well as what your audience is really into. That's one key that I definitely try to stress is understanding where your audience is, where your potential customers are looking for you, and then meet them where they're at.
Got it. Well, I think that's all the questions we've got so far. Any other questions from everybody? I don't think so, Corey. Folks, we will have additional information posted with links, and also we will be sending out a recorded version of this webinar so that you can watch it again. Oh, here's a question that just came in, Corey. What is the purpose of using hashtags? Are there industry-specific sites?
Well, that's a great question. I just had this conversation with a coffee shop owner a couple weeks ago. Hashtags allow you to create a micro-community based on a word or short phrase. So I could do hashtag Batman, and everybody, okay, on Facebook specifically, I could do hashtag Batman, and every post that's out there that exists of hashtag Batman will show up in its own results feed. And it's very much the same on Twitter. And there are multiple ways. I could just do a webinar on how to use hashtags alone. So, yeah.
Now, the other one that I don't want to get lost on, the other question that came in was, are there industry-specific sites? And I would imagine social media sites.
Gosh, I guess I would have to know more about what the real source behind that question is. Like platforms, or is this talking about per business industry?
Okay, maybe Ken can give us a little more texture there on that one. One of the things, while we're waiting for Ken to give us a little bit more, one of the things that's difficult, I'm sure, for a lot of people to get their hands around is the concept of producing these videos, because production has changed dramatically from where it was, where you hired, very expensive production staffs to produce very expensive videos, and now that's not the case. How easy is it to find someone to produce, rather affordable videos for you if you don't have the skill or talent?
Well, I'm right here. I guess that just comes down to your web research. Looking in your local area for somebody who can do that for you. The closer you can get to home, the more affordable it's going to be. And one thing that's going to help cut down the price on that definitely would be knowing what you want to shoot before you call somebody to help come in and shoot that video for you. If you can expedite the process so that their shooting time and editing and uploading time is minimized, that's definitely going to save you money in the long run.
Well, Ken gave us a little more texture. I think he's saying kind of like business-specific networking sites. Are there industry social media? So, for example, is there a paper industry version of Facebook or LinkedIn or something like that?
Yeah, that's a great question. Some research would have to be done on that. It depends on what you're trying to put out there as far as marketing, and if that's what it pertains to. If you want to do some B2B, a social media platform I would recommend definitely would be LinkedIn. I do share videos on there through my profile, and that's just a great idea for your LinkedIn as well. If you are wanting to make that more robust, include video that you've got for your company and that you've produced for clients, if possible, on there.
And Ken, also, as it relates to that, the group function on LinkedIn is a way to get more focused on industries or specific areas of interest.
Oh, definitely. I actually use that feature sometimes myself.
There you go. All right. Well, listen, thanks, everybody, for showing up today. We want to keep it under 30 minutes if we can, and we're kind of at that point. Ryan, I'm going to turn it over to you. Thank you, Corey.
Welcome.
Corey, thank you so much. That was really great information, lots of takeaways, and some great ideas for better branding and increasing the platform that you have for your marketing and your videos. Our next webinar will feature Kendra Aucamp of Gannett Media in how to drive traffic to your business. Then in October, November, and December, we'll have more webinars. October will feature Scott Bushke in Selling Your Business, Learn How to Prepare. Bill from Open Book Coaching will be talking about increased profitability and growth with Open Book Management. And ending up our year will be Mary from Envision, and she will talk about financial and regulatory hotspots for 2014. And you can register for these webinars on our website at uwgb.edu/SBDC using the Webinars tab on the left menu. With that, I'd like to thank Corey Steiner of Steiner Media, First Business, and Michael Wentworth of TMR Associates. Thank you all for attending, and you will receive in your email inbox a recording to the link of this webinar. Thank you very much, and have a great day. Goodbye.